Welcome to MCCT, Microcrawler Capability Test. That's where we test and compare the driving performance and capability of micro trucks and microcrawlers from 1 to 18th to 1 to 24th scale. Trucks in stock condition as well as highly modified and upgraded ones. The trucks have to pass through 10 different tests. We'll get either points for their results or their performance will be graded, and the final scores will reveal the most capable microcrawlers. We check their climbing ability, descent performance, their tilt angle, their performance in overcoming easy and difficult obstacles, and their low speed modulation and low speed driving performance. Check the description for details of tests, scores, and mode of grading. Now let's start and present this episode's test trucks. In MCCT episode 32, we will test the FMS FCX24 Chevrolet K5 Blazer. We will test the K5 in stock form and a slightly upgraded model. The FCX24 Chevy K5 has a wheelbase of 139 mm, a weight of 428 grams, and runs on Cooper Discover STT Pro tires with 56 by 18 mm. It has a 130 motor, 2-speed transmission, portal axles, and runs on a 2S 380 mAh LiPo. The upgraded Chevy K5 Mod V1 has also a wheelbase of 139 mm, but it's much heavier, 530 grams, so more than 100 grams heavier than the stock models. That's because it has upgrade tires and stamped steel beadlock wheels, weighted beadlock wheels. It runs on Badrazzi Mud Pro X MT tires with 60 by 23.5 mm. Additionally, it has oil-filled shocks, Badrazzi oil-filled shocks, and metal links for steering. Also 130 motor, 2-speed transmission, portal axles, and the stock 2S LiPo. And now let's check how the FCX24 with their heavy K5 hard body can climb and if the upgrades improve its performance. Test 1. Climb on a rough surface. 45 degrees, no problem for the stock K5, but 48 degrees, it's already struggling. Come on. Come on. Yeah, finally it can do 48 degrees. Will it also be able to do 49 degrees? Come on. It seems to be able to do it. Come on, you can do it. It's really struggling. Finally, too much, 49 degrees. And the upgraded K5, come on, also not easy, but with its heavy wheels, it can climb 49 degrees on a rough surface and 50 degrees. Is it too much, or will it be able to do 50 degrees? It's doing good. Super nice low speed modulation, and it can do 50 degrees and 51 degrees. Come on. It's falling. Is 51 degrees too much even for the upgraded K5? Come on. Third try. Come on, those are good and heavy tires and wheels. And it seems to be able to climb 51 degrees. Yes, finally it can do even 51 degrees and 52 degrees. It was already struggling at 51 degrees. So 52 degrees would be a surprise. Come on. But 52 degrees, finally also too much for the upgraded FCX24 Chevy K5. And so on test 1, climb on a rough surface, 48 degrees for the stock K5 and 3 points for this, and 51 degrees for the upgraded K5 and 6 points for this. And under 51 trucks tested so far, that's place 22 for the upgraded FCX24 Chevy K5 and place 35 for the stock K5. And now let's check how they do on a smooth surface. 45 degrees, not a big problem for the stock K5. 47 degrees on a smooth surface. And now it's already struggling. Come on. With a lot of problems. Come on. Yeah, finally 47 degrees, okay for the stock FCX24 Chevy K5, and 48 degrees. A lot of troubles, come on. It's slipping, come on. 48 degrees, that's not steep at all. You can do it. Come on. Yes, and finally it could do 48 degrees. And 49 degrees, 1 degree more than on a rough surface. But big problems. Too much. 49 degrees for the upgraded K5. Not a big deal. 51 degrees. It's struggling. Come on. Yes, and finally can do 51 degrees on a smooth surface and 52 degrees. Come on. It's struggling hard. And falls. Come on. Come on, but 52 degrees. Too much for the upgraded K5. And here the results of test number 2. Climb on a smooth surface. The stock FCX24 Chevy K5, 48 degrees and 3 points for this. And the upgraded K5, 51 degrees and 6 points for this. Same result as on a rough surface. And under 51 trucks tested so far, that's place 35 for the stock FCX24 Chevy K5 and place 19 for the upgraded one. And now let's check how the trucks can go down, stop and up in reverse again. Test 3, start steepness only 45 degrees, but the stock K5 isn't even able to stand on this hill. It falls. The upgraded FCX24 K5 can do 45 degrees. Go down, stop, go up in reverse again. But the stock truck even does have troubles on only 44 degrees. Now it's able to stop on the hill, but it's not able to go up in reverse again. "43 degrees only for the stock K5. Really struggling. Already at only 43 degrees, but it can do 43 degrees. The upgraded FCX24 K5 on 46 degrees, that's not steep at all. But it's also struggling already at only 46 degrees. Super difficult. Come on, but it falls. Only 46 degrees. Come on. Finally, it manages to climb 46 degrees in reverse and 47 degrees. It falls. 47 degrees was already too much. So here the results of test 3, descent and only 43 degrees for the stock FCX24 Chevy K5 and 0 points in test number 3. And also the upgraded Chevy K5 doesn't have a good result. Only 46 degrees and 0.5 points for this. So under 51 trucks tested so far, that's only place 39, a shared place 39 for the modified Chevy K5, and the stock FCX24 Chevy K5 is only on place 48 out of 51 trucks tested so far. And now let's check the tilt angle of those trucks. Test 4 to the left, stock K5 43.7 degrees. Upgraded K5 46.25 degrees. To the right, stock K5 42.95 degrees. Upgraded K5 45 degrees. And here the results of tests 4 and 5, tilt angle to the left and to the right. The stock FCX24 Chevy K5 to the left 43.7 degrees and 5.85 points for this, and to the right 42.95 degrees and 5.48 points for this. The Chevy K5 modified to the left 46.25 degrees and 7.13 points for this, and 45 degrees to the right and 6.5 points for this. And under 51 trucks tested so far, that's place 18 for the FCX24 Chevy K5 in stock form and place 6, very good result for the FCX24 Chevy K5 modified. And now let's check how those trucks can climb. Test number 6, the flat side of the hill of branches. And that's no problem for both trucks. They can do it easily in first and in second gear, so 2 out of 2 points in test number 6 for both K5s. Test number 7, the steep side of the hill of branches, probably the most difficult obstacle of MCCT, and the stock K5 in first gear can do it. It's not easy, it's struggling. Attempts are not always successful. But it can do it in first gear. The rear bumper, that's a big downside. A handicap here, but it can also do it in second gear. For most trucks it's easier in second gear than in first gear, because first gear lacks a little bit of punch here. But thumbs up for the stock K5, it could do this super difficult obstacle. And it's not super easy for the upgraded FCX24 K5 either. In first gear, it's lacking a little bit of punch simply, and the rear bumper is always a problem. But not a big problem. And in second gear, not a problem at all. This is a very, very good performance. That's a super difficult test and obstacle. But in second gear for the upgraded K5, not a problem at all. Wow, really, really good performance. So here are the results of test 7, the steep side of the hill of branches, the FCX24 Chevy K5 in stock form. Good performance, really good performance. 6 out of 10 points here. And the upgraded K5 even better. Quite awesome performance here. And 8 out of 10 points. Test number 8, the flat side of the hill of Pebblestones. First gear. Second gear, no problem for the stock K5, and first gear, second gear, no problem at all for the upgraded K5. So 2 out of 2 points for both trucks in test number 8, the flat side of the hill of Pebblestones. Test number 9, the steep side of the hill of Pebblestones. Super difficult test. And in first gear, the K5 stock is struggling hard. First gear lacks a little bit of punch to get up this first step. But if it did it, it can climb this super difficult obstacle even in first gear. Second gear is much less of a problem because it's easier to get up this first step. Still not super easy, but it can do it quite well. And with the right line, not a big problem in second gear. Tires are not very sticky here, and the upgraded K5 with the Patrazzi tires. Again, in first gear, it's lacking punch to get up this first step, but if it did this, and tires are much more grippy than the tires of the stock K5, And in second gear, it's much easier. Nearly no problem with the right line, and even control on the stones, on the super slippy pebble stones is quite well possible with those tires, so very good performance. Here the results of test 9, the steep side of the hill of Pebblestones. The FCX24 Chevy K5 in stock form gets 4 out of 10 points for its performance, and the upgraded K5 with the Badrazzi tires and wheels gets 8 points out of 10 because this was really good performance. Test number 10, last test of MCCT. Low speed performance modulation. FCX24s have awesome low speed modulation, little bit whiny but super good ESC, as you can see here in first gear. That belongs to the best you can get out of the box for a brushed micro truck. And on second gear it does have quite a little bit of punch and it's quite fast. Here you can see nearly no trigger input is necessary and the truck starts, and it can easily slowly climb this step, stop on the step, go backwards. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. And there's no difference between upgraded K5 and stock K5. Same electronics, same awesome low speed performance and modulation. That's really good. No problem at all to stop on the edge, to go backwards. Awesome. Test 10, 3.5 out of 5 points for the Chevy K5s. And we come to the final score of MCCT episode 32, the FCX24 Chevrolet K5 in stock and in upgraded form. Here again, all 10 tests performed and all points gained, and we see the upgraded K5 outperforms the stock one clearly. Both trucks were able to do all tests, so no failure, and the stock K5 has a sum of 34.83 points and the upgraded K5 49.63 points. And out of 51 trucks tested so far, that's place 19 for the stock Chevy K5 and place 10 for the upgraded K5. Out of 42 stock trucks tested so far, the FCX24 Chevy K5 takes the 12th place, and out of 9 upgraded trucks tested so far, the upgraded Chevy K5 takes the 7th place. And that's it for MCCT episode 32. But watch out for the next episodes of MCCT. There are still a lot of trucks to be tested. MCCT will be back.